Check this out.
Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey sports, life for the adult athletes.
Woo! Yeah.
Powered by the Beer League Players Association.
You better follow me.
Follow us, the BLPA, on every social media outlet. Follow the crew on Twitter at Nicker Jones.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Hey, it's Nicky Njords here, coming to you live, Reykjavik, Iceland, with my main man, Jason Svenbacher. Jason, what's going on, my man?
What's going on, Nick? How you been, man?
I've been good, actually. I've been good.
Good.
Busy.
Yeah.
Busy. I mean, both of us here in Iceland, obviously face to face. You look handsome as shit, by the way, as always. It's hard to, when we used to podcast, I'm looking at you on the camera. I'm like, is he just that handsome, or does the camera make him more handsome? But it's not. It's just you're just that handsome.
Live and living color. No doubt here.
So what you been up to here lately?
Man, same old. Like you said, out here in Iceland, playing some hockey, hanging out at the American bar in Iceland, of course.
Yeah. And Lebowski. So two American.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't really feel like they represented us well with the music selections. They did have prom going on, what it seemed like when we were out there.
Yeah.
That was a little strange.
Yeah.
But it was a different thing.
Yeah, but it's cool. They got if you've never been to Iceland, they've got the wheel in every bar. You spin the wheel and you win drinks or you don't. Yep. Great business model because drunk Americans like us it's basically gambling, and we love that.
Yeah, and you spend money, and you're like, okay, do you have to pay to spin the wheel?
You do, yeah.
How much?
It's 2,500. What do they call it here?
Kroners?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
It's like basically $20 a spin, American, close to.
Yeah, but then you won. How you won?
We won 2 times. We won 8 beers.
Whoo!
Which is the grand prize, by the way. Best prize you can win on the wheel. We won a couple of Jaeger bombs a couple of times.
Man, that's yeah. And guess what else is fire here in Reykjavik? Hot dogs.
Yeah,
you're not a hot dog.
I don't
eat phallic food. But the hot dogs are incredible. The only problem is they put mayo on them. Yeah. If you ask for everything, we had this big argument. I mean, we were a little intoxicated.
Slightly.
But the locals were like, they don't put mayo on these hot dogs. And I said, yeah, they do. And they're like, no, they don't. And I'm like, I literally was just there. And she said, do you want everything? And I said, what's on everything? And she said, there is onions, fried onions, regular onions, ketchup, and mayo. And they said, there's not mayo on there. I go,
and then they got up there?
Yeah, they got up there, and then we're eating our hot dogs with no mayo, by the way.
Right.
They're so good. And they came up and they said, hey, we have to apologize to you. They do have mayo on them. Like, we're locals already.
Right.
We already know.
We're more local than the locals.
You literally don't need a map.
No, I can just walk around.
And I know
the
about
place.
the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically we're set.
And, it was pretty nice that there's Sbarro. Right?
Yeah, my favorite New York pizza joint.
Favorite slice in New York. So how's Iceland? How's the tournament going for you, my guy?
So far, so good, Game 1, I don't know if you heard, natural hat trick in the first period.
Oh, I was there. I was sitting right there watching you, and I was like, God damn.
I've tapered off a little bit since then, which is fine. We got a couple more games to go here, but overall, it's been good. Yeah,
it's been. I mean, my team 0-3. We're on the struggle bus.
Yeah, but today's what matters, right?
0-2. I'm going to call this before we even go. I mean, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. And I can read the signs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I tried to pump my team up. I was the only person in my round. And I picked this team not because I thought we were going to win, because I knew we weren't going to win.
Okay.
Because you go through the draft process, right? And you can just read what is on the thing. But then after the draft, I heard people talking about where they played and how long they've been off, but that wasn't reflected in what they put in their draft rounds.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh boy.
Yeah. So I would think, obviously I don't do your job, but I would think it gets even tougher to try to figure out draft rounds when it's international, right? It's already hard in the states alone.
Oh, yeah.
When you're like, oh, I played this level in this state versus this level, the same level in another state. Now we're going international, so it's got to be even harder.
Yeah, well, I missed on the Iceland guys for sure.
Yeah.
They're all on this team that I'm on. They were all 8s and 7s, which to their credit, whatever they rated, like one guy was on the Iceland national team.
Yeah.
Right?
So
but then he said that, but then what he failed to notate in this is that he hadn't played for 18 years on the Iceland national team, and now he's just now back. And then in the locker room, he's like, but it's the Iceland national team. Like,
right.
we have 300,000 people on this island here, right? And so, yeah. Oh, I've been so out of practice of this podcast. I forgot to say this show is brought to you by HockeyWolf.com.
Ow, 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 ow.
HockeyWolf.com. Even over here in Iceland,
Yeah.
bringing you the best deals on gear, trying to make the game more affordable. My man Trav up there, they're just opening a new store in the Pacific Northwest too, so big things happening for them. So if you need any type of gear, if you need any type of anything, go check out our boys, HockeyWolf.com.
Ow, 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 ow. Do you think you're out of practice? Because I've noticed that there hasn't been a new podcast in the last couple of weeks. Do you think that might be why you're out of practice?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I haven't been doing podcasts. There is a reason. Mainly, I'm tired of getting dragged on the internet. And it's, okay. Here's the deal. I'm used to getting dragged on the internet,
Sure.
right? I really am. Like when you put yourself out there, you're gonna get. But there is one group, right? And one group that basically, their only marketing tactic. The only way they can stay relevant is to drag me on the internet, right? And that's going to run out. And hey, I'll be honest, I was just getting tired of it. I'm tired of the drama. I'm tired of the negativity. That's why we got rid of this group from the BLPA.
Okay.
Because, and they're going to come and say, oh, hiding on a podcast. No, I'm not hiding on a podcast. I'll say it to their face. But they want to just chirp online, right? They don't want to come out and say anything. And so, for me, I was just like, you know what? I'm really busy. I'm tired of this bullshit. It's like every time, okay, I'm not saying that I'm Howard Stern, but I watched Private Parts.
Sure.
And
Great
they
movie.
were like, the thing about it when they started is like the people that loved him listened to him, and the people that hated him listened to him so they could talk shit about him. And that's kind of what was going. Like one guy was, every time we'd do a podcast, he'd make this big post about how we're little kids, how we're shitty people, how we're shitty people. And I was just like, fuck, listen, we're not shitty people. Like we're just having fun. Whatever, right? And I just got tired of getting dragged on the internet, but I'm over it now.
Okay.
It's one of those things like when people say, how do you not get burnt out on hockey? Well, okay, if you ever get burnt out on hockey, if you just go watch your friends play hockey, then you're not burnt out, right? And so what happened is we weren't doing podcasts, and I had like Jess and Nicky Boston do a couple, one or two by themselves. Now I'm like, you know what? I want to get back on the fucking mic and do some shit, right? And so when I knew Jason was going to be here, I was like, oh, we should do some recording here. And this is going to be broken up because he's getting ready to go play a game. He's actually going to earn he could earn a berth in the gold. Yeah. But he's really looking forward to silver because that's a guaranteed medal. And that's not dogging my team. I'm not dragging my team out and trying to be shitty. It's just the way it works sometimes, right? And we have no goal scoring. Our goalie is solid, but we also have no defense. And when a solid goalie takes 1 billion shots a game,
some of them are going to go in.
5 or 6 are going to go in, right?
And we've all been on that team before, right?
We've all been there.
I mean, if you've done, I guess that we shouldn't say all. If you've only done a couple, maybe you haven't. But once you do enough, we've all been on that team. Yeah, and I always tell like the first timers when we go, like if you go 5-0 or you go 0-5, and it's one of your friends, I'm like, it's not like that every time. Right. It's just not like okay. You just went 5-0. You're a bad motherfucker. Yeah. This time we want you to come back. But just so you know. Yeah. If you do, don't set the expectation. Right. And 0-5. Unless you're Brian Shazi, I hope Shazi's listening to this. Who's never won. He's never won a Dex in 2 or 3. It's not always 0-5 either, right? It always mixes. And as a guy that does the draft rounds, I want everyone to tie. That would be the perfect scenario for me. Everyone ties, and like, God damn, that guy doing the draft rounds. Well, let me tell you about this soccer Dex idea I got. It is a hard thing to do, but the great part is like. It doesn't matter. Like everyone in our locker room is, oh, hey, Mike Fry, can you just come say hi just on this micro? This is Mike Fry, big VIP guy right here. Hello. Hey, that's Mike Fry. Mike Fry's out here flying more
around
like
the
Mike
ice.
Fly, am I right?
Yeah, Mike Fly, exactly. He had a beard. He said he lost 40 pounds when he shaved that beard. And I was watching. I'm like, who is this young buck flying around the ice? It was Mike Fry. Yeah. So. Hey, what's going on? got the young kids,
young fans,
young fans, yeah, and I just think that if people have never come to this and they get the 0-5 treatment, you would never tell from our locker room. Yeah, I mean everyone was kind of sad, but then we're just like, hey, what are you sad about? Yeah, we get to play another one. It's not like we have to go home. They're going to deport us because we lost all these games. No. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and get a fucking sheep face, maybe some horse, a little glizzy, and we're going to go sit in the Blue Lagoon. Yeah, that's it. Which the locals call cum water.
Oh, cum water.
I've never been.
Okay.
But that sounds
I'm
like.
excited.
Are
the
you?
cum water.
That's what they're calling it. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're going to sit in the cum water? I'm like,
Yep.
suppose.
Yeah.
I guess that could be where I'm going.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are. So that's going to be pretty exciting. What else has been on your this has been awesome in Iceland?
So we went and saw a volcano, which was cool, right?
Was
Like,
it?
It wasn't. They don't have any like active lava coming out right now.
Okay.
So it was like what was left from the last big eruption, and it's like you can just see like the dried volcano.
Oh yeah.
But they say like there's big signs that are like don't walk on it because there is lava underneath, and when you look out because it's massive, like you can see lava as far as you can look. You can see like steam coming out of like little holes in different places.
Oh.
So there's lava underneath.
And you didn't go poke it. I
mean, I did. I went and stood on a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Like there's huge signs that are like, whatever you do, don't stand because you're gonna get Anakin Skywalkered.
Yeah.
I did it anyway.
Did you
but I didn't go too far.
Did you like jump kind of like?
No, I ninja walked. You know what I mean? Like very nimble toe ninja walk.
How was it? Solid?
Yeah, it was solid.
Oh
yeah.
So you're fine.
Yeah.
Those signs are
There
just.
were some guys way out that were like looking at the steam coming out of some of the holes. I wasn't that brave.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like a terrible way to go, like falling into lava.
But do you think like okay? Yeah, it does. I mean, it sounds like it would hurt. But do you think like it's so hot that it would just be over? It would for sure.
No, I think you'd fall in. As long as you could keep your composure with your upper half to pull yourself out, like you'd probably make it. But like, how bad are your feet gonna be?
That's true.
Like they're just gone, basically.
Well, do you think it'd be like on The Office when they did the cold walk?
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe when Michael Scott burns his foot on
toast it. He puts it in the George Foreman grill. It
probably a little worse than that.
Like last year, back in January, is when that shit was just. And there's a dude here in Iceland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
They over here. They think because you're.
I have a microphone, so I'm famous.
No, it's because you got hockey gear on, so
Oh.
they think you're somebody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. BLPA Big Show.
Yeah.
This is why we got to get back to it because
that kid's a big BLPA guy.
big BLPA. We should give him some stickers.
Yeah.
And he came over here and said, and I was like, yeah, you can take a picture.
Yeah,
like I knew exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think last year in January, so there's a guy here that does Iceland activities is what it's called, and he was out this lava and he was shooting frozen pucks into the lava. And he's the guy that does he has that crater where he has the ice and he owns it. But he was like, oh yeah, you should come over and when it's active and we'll shoot these pucks. And I'm like, yeah, I would love.
Awesome.
I mean, I'd probably miss.
How many
the way
pucks you got?
Yeah,
How many you got?
If you give me 10, I could probably get one in there for sure.
For sure.
Like, or what are you saucing it, or am I just lining up clap bombing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here's our referee that wouldn't give us any penalties. Hey, we're not good. Okay, so today I need penalties all day. We need power play. Yeah, this is what you told me yesterday, and then you go, "Oh, I gave you one at the end when we were down by 100 goals." But yeah, I think there's so much stuff to do in Iceland. Have you tried puffin and well?
I did try well.
Was it good?
It was good.
Yeah, I had it last night.
Yeah, I like the people I'm with are a little bougie. They were like, "Oh, it tastes like bad steak." I'm like, it tastes like okay steak.
It tastes like well steak.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. It's not steak because it's not steak.
Right,
That's why it's not going to taste like
right.
steak.
And
But
I thought it was pretty good.
But it was like I had like peppered well steak. That's what it was called. And I had you didn't try the puffin?
I haven't yet. No.
It's like smoke. It almost reminds me of kind of like a less greasy duck.
Okay.
But it was still like sweet, smoky. It was still pretty good.
Yeah.
And I also had a little Brennivin. Black Death. I figured out why they call it Black Death.
Why's that?
Because it makes you feel like you fucking want to die. That's why.
Perfect.
When you drink enough of it, you're just like, just end it now. I'm done. I don't want to be here. And that's how I felt yesterday morning. But yeah, I think there's so much stuff to do. Now, would you come back to Iceland?
Yeah, I think I would. Especially because I feel like I haven't done all the things that I wanted to do. Like I've done a lot, and done a lot of things that I wanted to, but I just haven't done it.
Like what else would you want to do?
I want to see whales.
Bam! This is the perfect day right here.
Yeah. No,
but the problem is, like when we went down there the other day, they said they can't go out because the sea is choppy.
Yeah.
Every time I see the fucking water, it's choppy.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? When is there ever calm sea?
There's got to be it.
What I can't imagine is being a Viking. I mean, I would have been a badass Viking for sure. But I can't imagine like being a Viking and like being like, well, all right, well we got to go out raiding here. and the sea's so choppy. Like, I would
can't raid
yeah,
today.
can't go out raiding today. It's too choppy. When can you go? Right?
Yeah.
And they're not. They don't have like modern ships. No, they got wood fucking whole shit. How do they fucking get out into this ocean? Like, it's insane when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, they figured it out though. Obviously.
With no modern technology, we're fucking soft.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we're
are.
soft.
I think that's what it is. Is the world's just a little.
If there was no technology, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast for sure. Like, we would just have to talk, and we'd have to have a scribe writing it into on papyrus or like a wax tablet, and then they'd have to take our wax tablet podcast and then have a town crier say, "Hear ye, hear ye! The best hockey show in the world is here with Nicky Njords and Jason Svenbacher." Okay. You're getting ready to play, but we're going to come back after we play and talk some more because we got about 15 minutes here, but we're going to get another 15 to 20 in. We're going to give people a legit episode so we can come back and say, "Hey, haters, we're fucking back. Talk about this shit on the internet. Let's get dragged, motherfuckers."
Yo, crack open a cold one. The BLPA Big Show is coming right at you.
Nicky Njords coming back at you. Just had to leave a game mid-game. There's a little injury. Long way from the heart, but not really because it's my ribs, and it's right there.
It's right there.
Right there by my heart, actually, so I had to leave. But Svenbacher's back. An upset for the ages. Well.
Was it?
I think so.
Okay.
I thought Iceland was going to work you guys.
Okay.
I know you tied them yesterday.
Yeah.
But I thought they had it on you. Not for any reason, and I hate to say this because the guy just took my skates off of me. Because I know how Frank plays on Sundays. Although this isn't a Sunday, it's a Saturday.
Yeah, we got Saturday, Frank.
But in talking with Frank, because we're watching film, we're doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that it's Sundays; it's that he played the day before.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it tough on him. So I kind of went into it like, well, Frank's toast. He hasn't been playing as much as he had in the past, but maybe that's helped him.
Yeah, a little rest.
But you guys did pull out an upset in my book.
Yep, one goal win though, so it wasn't it was a close one.
And now you're gonna have to go now. You're gonna have to go up against I think Team USA. Now I'm not out there helping my team right now to go to the gold because I was injured.
Yeah.
And there's one reason why I'm injured because I was hustling.
Yeah, you were. It was a hustle play for sure.
And you should never hustle, kids.
that's the moral of the story.
There's no if we were doing like a minor hockey. Minor Hockey Players Association, big show or whatever, minor show, whatever. I'd tell you to hustle.
Yeah, well, kids can afford to hustle. They don't get hurt like the rest of us. You're a man.
I'm 40.
You're 40.
Yeah, you're right. I'm actually 41 now, so I'm even more of a man, which is insane.
Yeah.
But my bones are getting brittle. It seems.
Need more calcium.
I gotta have some more calcium. Maybe get on some pills, supplements. Maybe. But I was hustling. Puck's coming. I was about to take one to the house. I looked up. Puck's to the house. Lost an edge. Head first right into the boards. Shoulder first, actually. Yeah. And now I'm having trouble breathing. So I might get to knock a old bucket list off and go to the Iceland hospital.
There you
Maybe.
go.
Yeah. You said
probably universal health care here. I don't know for sure, but probably.
I would imagine. They're probably going to try to stick it to me because I'm American, and they hate Americans. Okay, they don't hate Americans, but that chick at the bar
definitely
hated Americans. Yeah. And but I can just say, I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
So
You're
what
not
can you
American.
give me?
You're Canadian.
I have socialized health care too. So if you could pass that, like just X-ray this motherfucker, see what's going on. If it's cracked, great. If it's broken, even better because I got a better story.
Yeah.
But there's nothing they can do for me.
Yeah.
Rib wise, they're
gonna
just tough
tell you to sit still.
Yeah, and not laugh.
Try not to breathe too much.
Yeah, but I've been trying. But when you skate, I got.
Yeah.
Ooh, that feels a little painful too. Whew, so, I hear there was obviously a gold score.
Yeah.
Pecky Bjornstead or whatever we're calling you. Can you go see if that was one of our goals or it's not one of our goals? I can guarantee you.
Pecky boy is gonna check on the goal here for us.
He's looking around like it's something. Let's see. He's not. Did he forget about us?
I think they're taking their time.
Did we score? No.
5-1.
Goddamn, 5-1. So, all right, let's can we just have? I know Peck's live audience here.
Yeah.
Let's just Peck walk over here for a second and I just want to ask you one question. Just one question. Say hello to the peoples.
What's going on?
What has been your favorite part of Iceland so far?
Ooh, my favorite part. Well, it's been cold and windy since we've been here, so I haven't gotten to really do the sightseeing yet that I wanted to. But, I don't know, but we haven't really done much. I guess the food, probably. The food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you should
For
have had
sure.
that puffin' and well like I had, bud.
Yeah, I'm not that exotic, bud.
Exotic? What do you mean exotic?
I'm-
Like it's not like it's something that you've never heard
Puffin
of.
and Will's a little exotic.
It's bird
but,
and fish. Like what's exotic about it? And they cook. You said I don't like sushi because it's not cooked.
Can you get Puffin and Will in the United States?
I would imagine at some place. I mean, we're the
Probably
the
not.
best country in the world. Damn it.
Probably
so
not.
what do you think we are the best country in the world except that one chick at the bar. Right. She hated America.
For sure.
She hated America. Like let's not. I don't want to get in a political conversation here. Let me ask Peck one more question, then we'll get into the political conversation.
He said one question. Now here's the second question.
Listen, hey, you've got a microphone. What are you worried about talking here?
Come on, let's go. What's the question?
What do you want to say about Iceland? I mean, listen, you're a leading point getter at the tournament. You say you're not a ringer. You say I'm not a fucking ringer. Why am I
not a
there?
ringer, bud.
But you're leading the tournament. I don't understand the definition of a ringer if it's not I score more points than everybody fucking else. Goals, assists, whatever. I don't listen. You're gonna get me worked up. I got a bum rig here. Okay. So explain to me and the people out here that are just we're lost when you say I'm not a ringer, but I lead the tournament in points.
Listen, if we go out there and win that gold, you can call me a ringer.
But no, that's not the best players in the NHL don't always win the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, fair. That's fair.
So you can't just say, oh my God, Nathan McKinnon's not one of the best players because he didn't win the cup. You know?
Well, I mean, it just depends on the other players.
Connor McDavid, fucking shitter because he didn't win no cup. Draisaitl,
Yeah.
bitch, didn't win a cup.
Yeah.
But Peck leads. He leads the whole tournament, and he's like, "Man, I'm not a ringer." So can you admit it finally? Like you are a ringer.
No.
What?
No.
But what constitutes a ringer? Like just winning. So everyone that wins that gold medal is a ringer.
I'm fat. I'm old. I'm slow.
And
And
I lead the tournament in points and goals, assists. Say it on the thing. Girl. And I lead the tournament in points. Yeah, thank you very much, Peck. You know what I'm saying? Like Jason. Okay, let's ask Jason.
Okay.
Here. What constitutes a ringer? Because if you lead the tournament in points, goals, and assists, you have to say that that's one of the best players in the game.
So I think there's a little more to being a ringer than just goals. There's no doubt that Peck is, one of the best scorers here, obviously, leading in points. But if Peck scores his 3, I'm not going to put him back on defense to shut the other team down, right? Because he, like he said, no offense to Peck, but he's not fast. He's not blazing speed. So he's, if their ringer's coming up the boards and that ringer's really quick, Peck might get it from him, but the guy also might blow right past him, right? Because
that's everybody in the game.
Well,
so
no,
you're telling
ringer
me,
on ringer, it's going to be like if you put number 3 on USA out there with number 13 on Iceland, those two guys are going to go tit for tat. Like they could play each other
potentially, but there's still going to be a winner and a loser in that scenario.
Oh, for sure, but that's where the team game comes in. But you can still say that one player is individually better than the other. That's like saying like the best player on the Preds is Philip Forsberg, so he's the same as Connor McDavid.
Yeah, no, I get it, but that's still a superstar player. Like
I don't think he's a superstar. I think he's a star.
You don't think he's a superstar?
He's not a superstar.
So you're
superstar
saying,
is like top echelon. You're talking like.
All right, so you're saying Peck is a ring, but not a ringer.
There you go.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Ouch! Don't make me laugh. Oh, I made myself laugh.
Hey, but I'd like to point out what you said, that he's also leading in assists. Can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah,
well, I just want to steer the narrative that I've heard that Peck doesn't pass a little bit in the direction of he's leading in assists.
When Peck will agree that he's a ringer in most tournaments, I will flip the fucking. I will lead the fucking charge. Yeah, they'll be Peck and pass. I will do that. All right, but until he steps up.
Most tournaments is different. You put me in the ring around in all tournaments.
Untrue.
So
100% untrue.
I do think there are a few guys in this tournament that were not in the ring around that could have been in the ring around instead of Peck, and he still could have been in a top round, not the top, but one of the top rounds.
Okay.
And he probably would have fit better there. Again, he leads in points. I understand that.
Yep.
But from a whole game aspect, defense, offense, everything, I think there's some guys that are a little better than him.
I think they're way more polished beer leaguers than Jeffrey Peck.
Sure.
Or Jeffrey.
He's the Ovechkin of beer league.
Bjorn Peck.
Right?
Yeah. I think they're, but I think if you go out there and you put up 15 points in 4 games. How many did you have last game? 2 goals, 2 assists. If you put
2
up
goals, 2 assists.
If you put up 16 points in 4 games, you've got to be at the top. But you know what he could do? He could take it upon himself. He could take a little responsibility, have a little pride in himself and his game, and polish up that defensive side of things.
Flip side.
Yep.
I scored a natural hat trick in the first period.
You should be up there too, bud.
Definitely not.
You're in like the
Definitely
third. You're
not.
like the third from the top, bud. You're up there. Like I saw you snipe this goalie right here.
Well,
like no one's in front of him. It was just a perfectly placed shot, and I'm like, goddamn.
Well,
here we go.
To be fair, that goalie was talking trash from my last tournament, so I had to show him.
Okay. But I want to hear other. And listen, this isn't like a dog on Peck thing, right?
I'm not dogging on Peck at all.
Yeah, no, this isn't a dog on Peck. I want to hear legitimate opinions on this subject. Where if the guy that's getting the most points, most goals, and most assists, and not to take away anything from you, he's not getting those goals because of you, because you're passing to him.
I mean, I had a couple assists.
I'm not taking away from you, is what I said. But what I'm saying is, like, he's getting the puck, creating the offense, finding the space, and scoring.
So you have a round. You have Connor McDavid.
Yep.
Leon Draisaitl.
Yep.
Nathan McKinnon.
Yep.
And Alex Ovechkin.
Yep.
Who you taking first?
Connor McDavid.
Who you taking second?
McKinnon.
Who you taking third?
Draisaitl.
And who you taking fourth?
Ovechkin.
Okay.
But Ovechkin's still in the round.
Okay, so let's put Crosby in that now, and which one do you move to a lower round?
Crosby now or Crosby?
Everyone in their prime.
Oh, everyone in their prime. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff's. How old are you, Jeff?
But I'm
just 35. He's not his prime. Like
I'm trying to point out the fact that goal scoring isn't everything.
Okay. All around, you're right. I will give it. And I said he's not a polished player. Here's Mike Fry again. Mike Fry. Jeff Peck leads the tournament in goals and assists, and he's saying he's not a ringer.
Jeff Peck, ringer or not?
Only because we set him up.
See?
Who?
The whole team.
I literally just had a whole conversation about his team is not setting him up. He's taking the puck, making his own space, finding open spots, and scoring. I don't see people making tic-tac-toe passes a Peck backdoor where he scores. Right?
We set him up at the blue line.
At the goal line.
Yeah. Yeah, we get out of the zone to him and
playing the numbers. See, now my team's gonna come chirp me when I was going hard for him. I was going hard for my team. I hustled the fuck out of that play, and I was going down to take one to the house. Boom! Right in the opposite side of the heart.
Right across from the heart.
Okay, well that's Mike. He's on his team. I think Mike's just straddling the fence. I want to hear from people that don't have to teetotal or whatever they say it. Well, listen, Peck.
That's a good point.
Peck, what are you, a big medal guy? You got a Curio at home? You're going to put him in your front room?
I mean, it's nice to win a medal once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he won. When did you just lead your team? You just led your team to a championship where? Ann Arbor. Gold medal ringer right there. So you were a ringer in that tournament. Okay. So
And I'll agree with Peck on that. There are tournaments where he is a clear ringer. Eagle River, clear ringer.
Okay. So we are having the conversation that Peck is a ringer.
Sometimes.
He's a situational ringer.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, we're making progress.
Okay.
Now, what if Peck went home and worked on his game? What if he polished up the defensive side of things?
I don't know. If Peck's anything like me, I'm too old to learn new tricks. Like I am who I am.
But you can take a little pride in your game. You can do a little hustling like me. Sometimes you get hurt. Oh, there's Brian. There's a little big VIP guy right there. Okay. Well, that's what. Everyone chime in that's played with Peck, ringer or not.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to skew the results and say. Here's a ringer. That's why I have a podcast, and that's why I have it, so I can control the narrative.
Yeah,
all right.
Smart.
All right. What else do we want to talk about?
I don't know. Hey, tell me about. I saw a little interesting thing. I saw you took an interesting taxi in New York City.
Oh, in New York?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, when you're living that international beer league playboy lifestyle, you get to do things like this. And here's what happened. I was going to JFK at a layover, going to Iceland. And Iceland contacted me that morning when I was at the airport saying my flight was delayed because of severe weather.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll just swing on over to Manhattan. Not a big deal. Can we say that in the show? Or,
yeah.
So I said I'll swing on over to Manhattan. And as I was getting close, I was on the airplane Wi-Fi because that's I pay for that shit. But
Yeah.
actually, Peck has a T-Mobile number, and they get free T-Mobile, so I just put in his phone number
There you
and
go.
get the free Wi-Fi. Hell yeah, I did, bud. And so I was on the Wi-Fi, and I was like, okay, what's the Uber or cab to Manhattan from JFK? Hour and a half, $97 without. It was 97 or 104, something like that, without tip.
Yeah.
So you're looking at $110, right? So
Yeah.
you're looking at $220 plus 90 minutes and maybe an hour back.
Right.
So 2.5, 3 hours.
Yep.
Listen, I'm a mover and a shaker, bud. When you only have 6 hours and you spend half of that time in a cab,
Not good.
you look for different alternatives. And so
Yeah.
I was talking to my seatmate, and I was like, "Oh, this is what I'm thinking about doing." He's asking me about New York, and he's like, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a helicopter. Oh, and I'm like, "Bud, listen, I got this first class free upgrade. I didn't pay for
I know
this.
I look rich,
I
but-
didn't pay for this seat, all right?" And he goes, "No, it's actually pretty affordable, and I'll give you a code to save $50." And I was like, "All right, let's fucking go." And so I looked it up, and it's blade.com, and it's a helicopter taxi.
Okay.
And basically it cost me $340. So it cost me $100 more than what it was going to cost me.
And you saved a few
And
hours.
it was 5 minutes each way.
Yeah.
And I'm in a fucking helicopter. And listen, so it'll hold 5 people, right? It'll hold 5 people, one in the front by the pilot, and four in the back.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It
Where'd
was
you sit?
insane. I sat in the back with my back to the pilot.
Okay.
And just kind of took everything in. You
Yeah.
know? But on the way back, I was the only one in there. I sat up front.
Hell yeah.
I was basically co-pilot of that helicopter.
Yeah.
Nicky co-pilot.
co-pilot,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I said, take a left around this Chevron sign. That's what I heard him. Because you have to wear the headset. And you can hear all the shit they're saying.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, Tango 10 Niner 573. Take a wide turn around the Chevron sign. That's basically what they were saying.
Yeah.
But I got us there safe, landed us, and I got there and just it was pretty wild. And you know, hold on, shifty. So I post online because that shit's cool, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that I was probably going to get dragged on the internet, because that's what people do, right?
Right.
Especially the people that are dragging me hardcore now. I just want to go back to this. The people that are hardcore dragging me now on the internet are people that won't say that shit to my face. Like they're saying that I'm hiding behind a podcast mic and a computer screen, and they'll only post the shit online.
Right.
Like I've talked to these people to their faces, and they've never said it to me to my face. I've asked one of these guys point blank, like, "Do you have a problem? Like, what's this all about?" "Oh yeah, I was just drunk, not a big deal." And I'm like, okay, that's what I thought. And so, but anyway, so I thought, okay, I'm going to post this, but I know I'm going to get dragged on the internet. But I think it's important for 2 reasons that I post the shit. One, it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Right? And I think people don't realize how in reach that stuff is like. Like, before I would just think,
Oh, there's no way I can afford
I'm
that.
not going a helicopter taxi. I can't afford that
Right.
bullshit, right? And I've been lucky with what I do. Like I put a lot of hard work in, and everybody that has it. I'm not just saying me, but I put a lot of hard work, and it's afforded me the opportunity to do a lot of really cool things. I mean, I'm literally in Iceland right now doing a podcast, right?
Right.
I've been able to do that shit. So it's not like people know this is a business. Like it makes money. It's how I
Sure,
pay
yeah.
a living, right? But I think it's very important for people to know that I'm a regular guy, just like a regular person, just
Sure.
like them. They can do this stuff too,
Yeah.
if that's what they value,
Right.
And people say, "Oh, we know where the tournament fees go to," and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. This is an experience that I would pay a little extra for. That's what our tournaments are too.
Yeah.
They're an experience that you have to value and pay a little extra for. I'm not taking an airplane everywhere I fucking go right now. You know,
Maybe
But
one day.
when we sell the motherfucker off, you know, when we become big, when we sell out.
Yeah, so I would say, I wouldn't even defend yourself because you run a business, and a business is meant to make money, and what you do with your money is really your business.
Tax write-off.
Right. Yeah,
Right? You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? But when
so no one asks, like, if I were to take it, no
Yeah.
one would be like,
Exactly.
oh, why do I have to pay so much
Yeah,
for
no.
cell phone insurance because you're taking a taxi ride? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
get to spend my money on what I want to spend it
Hey,
on.
let me tell you why I pay so much for cell phone insurance. I pay cell phone insurance through Jason's company, Assurion, right?
Thank you. Yeah, shout out.
Shout out Assurion, no free promos. Because when I bought my new phone, my U.S. phone, because I have to have a U.S. and Canadian. I'm
Sure.
bougie. I don't know.
Yeah.
But because I have to have Venmo and you have to have a U.S. number. So I got a U.S. phone. I got it in Alaska, right?
Okay.
3 days later, I lost that phone.
Yeah.
But because I was trying to support Jason's company, I would never get cell phone insurance. But I know my boy, that's how he feeds his family. So I was like, yeah, give me that extra $14 a month or whatever.
Yep.
I lost that phone, and it was in somewhere South Carolina, and I called up, and they said, as long as you use some data on it, yeah, we'll replace it. And 3 days later, phone
Phone in your hand.
So
there you go.
But I think it's not defending myself so much per se. I mean, I know how the mob is, right?
Sure.
I mean, I'm a benefactor of the mob a lot of times, right? I am. Like, people like BLPA, so they tell all their friends and they come play, right? But I've also been burned by the mob many times. And so I know how, like, little bitty bullshit can turn into really big bullshit. And so I just want to tell people, you can go on a helicopter ride too. You just have to play in BLPA tournaments, and then you can go. Then you can go. Yeah. Come travel the world with BLPA and have some really cool experiences. Like, who else would have a fucking mayonnaise hot dog? People that play in BLPA. That's just the way it goes, right, Peck? Did you have a glizzy? I did. Oh, did you like it? Peck, he loved it, man.
Shout out Peck, also a native here in Iceland. He knows his way around.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't know where the Sabaros was, which it makes it a little. Yeah.
I mean,
questionable.
I showed him though. I was like, it's over here. Don't worry about it.
What? See, got a street. We don't do that as locals.
Yeah.
He doesn't mix up his streets. No. There's a couple glizzy stands here. Okay, he was taking you to the secret special local one.
I was taking you to the better glizzy stand.
He was taking one that actually didn't put mayonnaise on their dogs. But other than that, I mean, is there anything else that we want to get to here? I mean, we haven't had this opportunity.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
I miss it. We should get back to it. If we had a schedule that really fucking worked, like if I moved to Nashville,
that'd be perfect. I got a guest bedroom in the new house. If you'd like to, sleep
then
there,
it would just be my bedroom.
Yeah, right. It would just become Nick's bedroom.
Let's call it the commish suite.
Okay, the commish suite.
We'll make a little sign, the commish suite. When you can Airbnb it out.
Yeah.
Right. And listen, I don't want to toot my own horn, but Peck can attest how many people have recognized me in Iceland that aren't even on my tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been insane. BLPA worldwide, bud. Those are people that obviously are in the group and they've seen me, cool. But you know how many locals have just bought some merch and are like rocking it around that aren't playing this tournament?
It's awesome.
Like BLPA, we fucking own Iceland now.
Yeah.
No one else come to Iceland. It's all us. Look at this guy's right here, BLPA jersey, right? I mean, this guy he is actually playing. But hey, do you want to say hi to anyone on the podcast? Actually, hey, tell people what your name is and what's your favorite part of Iceland so far.
My name is Dave. I came from Denver, and favorite part has been we found one of those hot springs randomly just on a drive around the coast and stopped and got it soaked for 3 hours. It was amazing.
A whole 3-hour soak.
They got the bar right that you swim up to. We didn't even know it was there. We just drove up and it was good. Yeah, and the hockey's been great.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. We're not playing.
It's been above average.
Hey, can you tell people?
It's been fun. That's a better way to describe it.
Dave's on my team. Can you tell people how hard I was hustling when I got injured?
We didn't actually see it. We're not sure if you took the time off to go do this.
He said we didn't
or if you're
exactly know
injured.
what happened.
So I'd like to see the physician's report on that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm laughing, so I mean, thanks for the laugh, but fuck you for the laugh. You know what I'm saying? No, I was hustling real hard, trying to make things happen for my team, and I couldn't do it. I let my team down. Is basically what I'm saying. But here's the deal: you guys have a chance to go earn a fucking silver medal right now, and you can win one for the old commish.
Wear silver.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, win one for the commish is what I want to see you do. How much longer are you staying in Iceland?
Like another 5 days.
Wow.
What else do you have on the docket?
Blue Lagoon, Golden Circle, Silfra Fisher, swimming between the tectonic plates, the snorkeling thing, and whatever, and eating whale and puffin.
Okay, I've ate the whale and puffin. It's hot, but let me skating between the tectonic plates. Like you're out in the where is that? Like in the
somewhere on the southern peninsula, and you swim between the tectonic plates of North America and Europe. They separate 10 centimeters a year, and it's a natural earthquake fissure. It's one of the top 10 dives in the world.
God, fucking global warming, eh?
Right?
Hey, but do you have to go underwater? Are you in a wetsuit? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, a dry suit, and you snorkel between this fissure. It looks black on top, and you go underneath, and you can't see the bottom. It looks crazy. Yeah.
That's fucking wild. I need to see pictures of that, and then I'm going to tell people that I did it. There you go. Okay, Dave. Well, go win a fucking silver medal for your injured captain here.
Do it for you.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Victor, win one for the Gipper, bud. All right.
Right now?
Yeah, you're up right now. Yeah, you had back-to-backs.
Yeah, you should probably put your gear back on.
No, he obviously did not want to win one for me since he. Here's this ref right here. Did we get any 5-on-3s that game? This
No
guy.
5-on-3s.
Did he not promise us?
He did.
He promised us. Lies. Hey, give it to my boys this game, please. Give it to my boys. Okay, that's all I want's all you got, bud. But anyway, that actually sounds pretty badass to swim between the tectonic
I didn't
plates.
even know you could do that here. I wish I was staying another 5 days.
Now
I'm
we
going
have
home
now
tomorrow.
now like I have to come back. And like we've done it twice, and I was kind of questioning should we come back to do a third time. Maybe not next year, but maybe skip
maybe a little
year.
time off and then
then
come back.
Then it's going to be 20 centimeters more spread.
Yeah, so
a little
it's
more
just
spread to get me through.
Yeah, a little more. You
Yeah.
need that room, you know.
June or July, yeah,
A little summer action would be nice.
yeah. I don't
It's cold here, but they do put it in the name.
Iceland.
Iceland.
Yeah,
I mean they put it there. They let you know kind of out front.
yeah, they do let you know that it's cold, but like you just kind of think about it. What's always been wild to me is when you think back into like olden times, like how did people survive here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like how?
Without
like,
heat, without like modern heat.
Yeah, like obviously fire. I mean, obviously we get it, fire.
Right.
But it's
But
like,
I still don't get it.
But I still do not understand
Yeah.
without any modern. But it's the same way with Rome. Like, how do they build aqueducts that stretch miles and miles and miles and miles, and every so often they just went down the width of a thumb to keep the water moving without natural tools?
I don't know.
How did we become so soft as a people?
Technology makes you soft, I think.
Yeah, it is. And you know,
But in the best way, because I'm not going back to that.
Well-
I'm not going back to fire, bro. I need central heat.
but I do like fire though.
Well, I like fire, but
fire is badass. Actually,
Yeah,
you know?
but like fire is good for a little while. I want central heat most of the time.
Yeah, because you want to be, because you can't put a fire in your house.
Right.
Then
Well, I mean,
don't
you
get
could,
smoke.
but-
Yeah, you could.
It's
right?
not great.
But it just blows my mind that's that because they obviously moved here from wherever.
Yeah.
on
So
the
if we come
70s.
back in summer, is it like light literally all day? Because like right now, I don't know if people know this. It's crazy. It gets dark at about midnight, and when I say dark, I just mean like the sun goes
you
down.
mean
but-
like it's 8 o'clock back
right?
home.
Yeah, like dusk.
Dusk. Yeah.
And then it comes back up at like 3:30 to
Yeah.
like daylight again.
Yeah, it's isn't there like a June solstice, the longest day of the year? Is
Yeah.
that?
So I wonder if it's just 24 hours of
for
sun
a
here.
few days, and then it's gone. Which is wild. But here's the deal. I don't know if this is just Icelandic people in general, but like I was laying in bed last night, and the window was cracked open because they said leave your windows open
yep.
or whatever. They were partying until like 4 a.m.
yeah,
behind
same.
me, and I'm not an old cop. I'm a man. I'm 41. I know. But I was just like, I want to go to fucking sleep. It's 4 a.m. You know. But they were having a time, bud.
Same thing at my hotel. We had the windows cracked, and at one point I was just like, "Did these people ever go to bed?"
But
'Cause,
these
like,
were
I'm
locals.
trying.
This was like a local house,
Oh yeah,
right? And they were.
I
going.
could hear the Icelandic language going.
How does
out
that
there.
go? Can you say anything?
It's a lot of phlegm.
You know what I could say? Ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey. That's how you say ice hockey. And,
Okay, ice
and
hockey.
That's how. We could ask this guy if this ref, but
He
fuck
knows
him. He
ice
won't give
hockey.
us He won't give us any. He plays on the junior team. He could probably be out there playing with us. Be better than.
Do you think we could borrow him the next game?
Do you
We
think,
need him against
Do you think
USA.
my team could?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would be insane. Okay. Anything? Oh, what I want to do is, I said I don't know if we're going to come back to Iceland. We might come back to Iceland. I want to tectonic plate swim for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
I wonder how deep it is there, though. That would be.
He said that you can't see the bottom.
Yeah, but-
because it's like a.
But,
I mean,
but what when you go down? You know what I'm
so
saying?
I
Like,
mean,
what if you took a sub?
just all the way to the core?
Well, yeah. How far down does it go?
I don't know.
It wouldn't be because isn't the core made of like magma or something?
Yeah.
It would be seeping
But if
out.
it's far enough down, I mean, you're talking millions of miles down.
You think it's millions?
It's thousands.
I mean, listen, I'm not an earthographer,
100,000,
so I don't know. I mean,
It's big.
It's way down there for sure.
big.
Like when you think about like you look on a map and you see like Iceland compared to Greenland, it almost looks like you should be able just to look right across.
Like, hey, there
Obviously,
they
let's see. But
Wave.
it's not. It's not right.
No.
It's because it does look so small,
Yeah.
but so small is actually big, like everything. And so then you think about how deep a fucking ocean is down to the core of the fucking earth. You know.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about fucking space.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Like, here's the only reason I don't want to die. Well, I mean,
There's
obviously-
lots of reasons, probably.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of reasons, but like you hear so much about, okay, we're going to go to the Mars, right?
Yeah.
And like we've laid that infrastructure. I would like to see that through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be
Live
like,
on
okay,
Mars would be dope.
Maybe
I
not
mean,
even live.
visit.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we have such a small, finite amount of time, and you think all the technologies that's changed in like 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Or even think of like we're talking about ancient Rome to here, right? 2,000 years, whatever, right? And now you're like, well, can I get just another 100 years on Earth? That would be wild.
Yeah.
Right. But it's
Yeah.
only going to go to the rich and famous first. So we really got to start selling out tournaments. I've
Buy some merch, boys. We want to go to Mars.
Yeah, come buy some merch. I'd like to extend my life by 100 years. Frank, this is Saturday. Frank here took off my skates for me when I was hurting, and he offered, and I turned him down, but then said please, and he helped me. I was a nice guy. But what I was saying about we might come back. There's other places I want to go. Other places I need to go.
Yeah, well, you've already been to Japan, but I'd like to go.
I want to go back.
Okay,
I want to go back. I want to. Here's the deal. I've done a lot of things that weren't BLPA, but I have a different vision in my mind, and I want to make it my own.
Okay. And
that's a lot of the problems that I've had in BLPA with the drama, with the drama here is that I had a vision from the beginning, and I always have. And the people that I originally surrounded myself, they didn't share that vision.
Sure.
And so when they came in and tried to change it, that's when we did it, which is fair. Like the guy owned a minority share of the company, so he has a say, but that wasn't what I went into this company with. So I have a different vision of what I want to do in Japan and what I want to make it. But I still want to do the tournament, of course, but do others. Like I want to go tectonic plate swimming. Yeah. And but Japan is a cool one. I would like to go. I did Salzburg before, but that was such a cool place to do. But Salzburg, I've been talking about wanting to go to Finland. Just because Mika Kiprosov was a goalie for the Flames when I started watching hockey, and that's where he's from. And he just seems so cool, and I'm like, that's how every Finnish person probably is. Yeah. And so I've always wanted to find a way to do it, and I actually started like conversations, and then we went to the draft party in Iceland, and we came back from we set up, we went to dinner, and we came back, and there were 4 people sitting. They came into our locked room. I don't know how they got in there. Resourceful, but they were watching the Finland-Canada game, and they were from Finland. Okay. And so we just started talking. I was like, oh, yeah, Helsinki, blah, 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 blah. And it turns out this guy is like a minority shareholder for one of the big teams there. And he was like, give me your contact information. My son also plays high-level hockey, and he can help you out. And so he literally emailed me yesterday and was like, okay, hey, it sucks that Finland lost, but I really want to talk to you about your tournament. And so, we can make it happen in Finland, get the whole fucking Scandinavian, Sweden, Finland, I guess Denmark is also in there, and Iceland. Is there only 4 in the Scandinavian?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I mean, the Viking.
I couldn't have pointed out Iceland on a map before I came here.
Whenever there were Vikings, I think that's Scandinavia, right? So that's basically them, right? So that's a place, but what would be a place that you would...
I mean, other than Japan?
Yeah, other than Japan, yeah, because we said that one.
That's a tough one for me. Oh, Rome. Anywhere in Italy, really, but Rome...
You're talking, bud.
Rome would be the place.
Okay, I sometimes talk about ideas on this podcast.
Yeah.
And they get taken. And then I have to say, well, go back to this day and listen to this podcast so you can see where this idea was come. So I stopped wanting to give ideas, but this idea is too good to kind of pass up. So when we did the Lake Louise tournament, we did famous Team Canada teams from Olympics from like 1924, 1950, like Campazzo di Pizzo, Italy, or whatever. I don't know where. But they were all these places over in Europe where they had the European Games, and I started looking that a lot of those places still stand and you can skate. And I'm like, what if we started doing international ones at old ass Olympic venues?
That'd be dope.
That would be fucking dope.
Yeah.
But obviously, it would have to be one a year, but like we could knock out a bunch of them.
That's
right?
perfect. That way, like. For you, obviously, running tournaments, it's I would say a little easier for you to do more than one a year. But for the average guy like me, who's got to work a regular job too, one a year is perfect because then every year I can look forward to that. Like, oh, and this year I'm going here, and this year I'm going there.
And you're going to Europe. Yeah, I think that would be the way to go. I think so. Yeah. Oh boy.
That sounded painful.
That did not feel good. Whew. We probably got to end this thing now. Oh goddamn. All right. Well. I think that's a pretty good little 45-minute spot. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
No, man. Iceland's been a blast. Glad I came. Sorry that you hustled. I'm gonna go get dressed here in a minute and try to win a gold medal.
Don't hustle.
I'm not gonna hustle.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't hustle. All right. Well, from everyone here, from Jeff, Bjorn Peck, Jason Svenbacher, and Nicky Njords here. we hope you guys join us one of these international ones and have some times, and know that this stuff is not out of reach for your normal people. You want to ride a helicopter? You want to swim with the tectonic plates? You can do it. You want to eat well and puffin? You want to eat glizzies with mayo? We can make it happen with the BLPA.
That's
So
it.
other than that, guys, we'll see you guys later. Go follow us all social media channels at the BLPA, even Pinterest. Be good or be good at it.